March and March. Jacinta Zinhle Zuma, thank you so much for joining us, Jacinta. Obviously, the story has several legs. It has been moving from demonstrations to try and find placement for the 66 learners. We're now back at square one, where some of these learners are still sitting at home because they can't get to their respective schools the department has placed them in.
Yeah, so we came here on Friday and we found a number of them at home. And when I talk about at home, I'm talking about the actual building that they were placed in from what happened after the floods. So they all were taken in and put into one building down the road. And these kids, when you get there and you ask them why they're not at school, they're like, my mom can't afford. Like, all of them are aware that the reason that they're not at school is because their mother can't afford to take them to school. When you talk to the parents, some of them are saying that, you know, I've got 3 children, I can't afford 900 rand to go to Greyville. So sometimes they alternate, like one child will go to school today, then tomorrow is the next child. A very heartbreaking thing, you know. I think that really broke my heart. And the parent, you can see, is trying and wants by all means for their child to experience the experience of school. And then you get a Department of Education that says, oh my gosh, no, you guys are making a fuss about nothing because we've solved the problem. We've put the children at Greyville and the parents must make means. And we're saying to the department, you can't solve a problem by creating another problem, because you're saying you solve the problem of placement. You've placed them, but where did you place them? You obviously didn't place them at a place that's convenient and affordable for them, because some of the parents are even saying they can't afford the fees at Greyville, but they're willing to even try, but the transport is an issue. So now you're trying to have money to pay the fees and also trying to have money to take your children and transport them to take them to school. So that's the heartbreaking situation we find ourselves in, which is why we're here again today to appeal to the department to say, you know, if it was one of their children here, I'm sure this would have been solved much quicker, you know, because we know that people only relate to certain things once it starts affecting them. So we're here today because it's poor black people whose children can't afford to go to a school that they don't regard as that much of a big deal. But to someone who can actually walk to school instead of paying 900 rand, that's a lot, you know. And it's heartbreaking to have South African children. As you can see, some of them are trying to go to the beach this morning just to come and, you know, de-stress and get over the day, when they're supposed to be in school learning like other children. And we get a lot of criticism from people saying, oh, but you're disturbing learning. One thing I can assure you is that our government never responds if you try and go the right way of doing things. So we're saying if they want to insist that kids who are foreign kids who are in the school must continue learning and must not be disturbed, then we will continue to disturb them until the South African kids are placed, because the South African parents whose kids are inside